everybody, Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer Hobby Supply once again. I know it's awfully soon, but today we're going to do update 52. Why? Because some of this stuff I had done and tried to put in the other video, but as you guys know, the video got about that big, and this video is going to be about that big. So some of the things I was going to put in the other video are going to be in this video, and I'm going to start shortening them up a little bit again, I hope. But anyway, let's take a look at 52 and see what I got done. And everybody seemed to like the fact that I am taking this from my easy chair. And I like the fact I'm taking it from my easy chair. Let's get on with this. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you here is probably one of the last things I did. But anyway, I got this CD player. And let me turn the layout on here real quick. I think you guys may know the other one fell apart on me when I moved the layout, and I bought one and I couldn't get it to come on when I turned the layout on. I've got to do a little bit of work on this one, but it does function. I believe you can hear it, and that's really all you need to know about it. And from the last video here, we're going to show you, I did weather the road coming down the hill, the forest road. Weathered this side of the mine. And I believe we're on track to having the mine finished. Put some more vehicles out there and so forth. And as I said, put the foliage around the smokestack and the house over there, and the bridge across has been weathered down, and that's just to show you what I got going on there. Now let's show you what else I got going on. Okay, I turned my stool around. I did find the small corral. I'm missing one side of it, but I'm sure it's around somewhere. The house, the ranch house, all plastered around the layout on this end, all the way down to this point. And let me show you what else I have plastered up. Okay, and I have the whole incline over here plastered up all the way to the retaining wall. So that's what I have done right now. I'm going to make an attempt to color that stuff tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, everybody, we're going to start out with my piece of wood, my knee pads. These colors, I think that's Mississippi Mud, Honey Brown, I believe. I don't know what these two are. And then there's a gold that's mixed into that right there, and some of these colors. And some water, my brush, and I'm going to get my spray bottle, and I should be ready to go back there. Okay, everybody, I'm climbing on board. And we can hear it crackling and carrying on. Oops. I got a bent TV antenna on my ranch house, but I'm setting them over here out of the way. And I'm not sure what you can see here. I'm going to slide these buildings back over here as much as I can. In fact, I'm going to lift that one up, move that way back, move that way back. Now we can just start coloring in here. I'm gonna see if I like this color. Actually, I should wet this down a little bit. If I wet the plaster down first, the color goes a lot further, and it looks a lot wispier. I think that looks a little too gold. So I'm gonna, what I did is I dipped into my darker brown there, and we're just gonna spread the darker brown around on here a little bit. Maybe even try some other colors in here, but doesn't matter too much what the road is because we're going to be covering that with something anyways. And a lot of this will be covered with ground cover. I think I kind of like the color. We'll have to see what it looks like when it dries. So as you can see, we're on our way here. I'm beginning to see that my plaster didn't cover as well as I thought it did, but that's okay because a lot of this, or most of this, is going to be covered with ground cover, as I say. I have some other colors here too, some lighter colors we can kind of mix in. And most of this flat part here will be covered, obviously, with some type of grass or something, you know. And you can see here, I just kind of, I've got 3 colors here, and I just kind of stipple some in a little bit as I go, just to vary everything. You'll see how that turns out when it dries. Need to get my fluid down here a little further. I'm going to go over all of this that I wetted down here. In fact, I'm going to have to re-wet it. It's kind of drying out on me real fast. And all we're going for is just some kind of color on this plaster, you know. It's not, like I say about everything, all this stuff is not rocket science. It's merely what hits your head, you know. What strikes your fancy. can see that wetting this, I think you can see, that wetting this plaster cloth really allows the thin wash of color to flow and allows you to work it down the hills and, you know, without having to use 400 gallons of it. I don't know, some guys think that everything has to be solidly covered with whatever color you're doing, you know, and that's just not the way it is, you know. I mean, ground color varies all over the place, and that's what we're trying to do here. I need a little bit of light color over here for some reason. I don't know. And no, I'm not Bob Ross, but you know, it just, I don't know, it just strikes my head. And as you kind of stipple and dab it, you can see that the colors tend to blend together, but change tone. You can see that I have way too much brown back in here. So we're just gonna pat that in with some of the goldish color. Tap that in. Also, another thing I like to do is just kind of keep up with what I slop on the back by washing it down as I go. Kind of like so. Just keep it down off of what I have, the backdrop that I have up there. I'm going to start working around the corner, so I think I'll turn the camera off. You're seeing how this is going, and we're just going to continue to work that way. Okay, gang, I am down off the layout, but you can see that I have gone all the way around to that corner. And I just have a little bit to finish up here, and then we'll show you what it looks like after I go in and eat, and it's kind of taking a little bit of time to dry. Okay, I'm just holding the camera by hand, obviously, because it's shaky. But now you can kind of see the basic color that comes around. And as you can see, back there, I used a little bit of the darker color because it kind of disappears into a crack back there. And then as it comes around, I mixed colors again. A little bit darker on the inside of this curve. And if I back up, if I can back up, this is what we got. It's not dry yet because I haven't gone in to eat yet, but I'm liking it. I like that color. I like that color. Okay, everybody, here we are. I'm going to start repainting the bottom of this mesa around, and I'm going to use the same color that I used on the other end, but I'm putting it over a darker color, so we're going to see how it turns out. And if that works, then I'm going to paint this the incline up out here in the front. You'll also notice, and one thing I haven't said is, everybody probably wonders, I don't have any water out here. How do I get water, or what do I do for water? I bring it out here in 1-gallon jugs. And I fill up, when I go inside and clean up my brushes or whatever in the deep sink in the garage, and I fill up whatever I need. But anyway, we're going to start on that back there and see how this goes. And I'll show you after I get a little bit done. Okay, everybody, here you have it. It's still pretty wet in the back there. But that is how light I like it. It was just way too dark. And by the way, I did that little tiny patch back there that was all white against the wall next to the building facing us there. And then if I just pan on down there, you can see how it kind of ties together. If I come back here, if I pan on around here, you kind of see how it ties together. Well, there's my tripod. Anyway, you can kind of see how it ties together if we just scan around. And it's close enough. By the time I put ground cover on it, you'll never know the difference. Okay, gang. the mine is actually probably 99% complete. Someone suggested putting some gravel piles. I put a gravel pile there and I put a gravel pile back there, which would, yes, be appropriate for someplace that had gravel in the parking lot. I got to touch up that little black spot, or that little white spot right there where a pipe came up out, and I may put a pipe back in there and touch it up, but I need to do that yet. But I did put a whole poop load more trees out here. And let me get down off this stool, and if I stand back here, you can see that now that I'm done working on the mine, I am able to put some trees, some more trees in here and in the valley here. And I even put some up in here, some more up in here. Now the only thing, there's two things I have not done yet. I have not put the polyfiber in. I'm going to put some more polyfiber in around there. And I'm going to put some polyfiber over here on this hillside. That I haven't done yet, but we'll get there. Everything is a work in progress, so, but if I stand way back here, this is now what you have in the way of the mine. Well, okay everybody, that's what I've been doing here the last couple of days. Some of it was done in, like I said, in advance. But the next thing I'm going to tackle, I believe, is putting some ground cover on what you've seen here. I got carried away with the mine here. I was going to come out and do the ground cover, and I got carried away with trying to finish up the mine because a couple of guys had some pretty good ideas, and I thought I would just go ahead and implement those. So as you see, it looks good and it works out well, and I only have a couple more things to do. And this area over here will be 99.9% complete unless I think of something else to do. Well, there's always something else to do, even when you get down to the end. But nevertheless, we're done for a little while on this side. So, that being said, thanks for watching.